Good evening. Welcome to my study. My name is Ron. I'm your host, and it is my pleasure to share a daily devotional with you. Something that might give you pause to meditate on, chew on a little bit. Yeah, staying in the Word is a good thing, especially in these times we live in. I can't emphasize that enough. The only way to survive is going to be through staying connected to God. Let's get ourselves a connection tonight. We're going to have a little story about Daniel in the lion's den. So sit back and relax and let's see what God's Word has for us tonight. Daniel chapter 6. Give you a little background on the Daniel in the lion's den, how that all came to be. Starting right at the beginning, Darius the Mede decided to divide the kingdom into 120 provinces, and he appointed a high officer to rule over each province. The king also chose Daniel and two others as administrators to supervise the high officers and protect the king's interests. Daniel soon proved himself more capable than all the other administrators and high officers. Because of Daniel's great ability, the king made plans to place him over the entire empire. This didn't set well with the other administrators. So they devised a plan. They realized the only thing they could do was watch his commitments to God and what things he would not forsake. And then they convinced the king to make a decree that no one could pray to anyone other than the king. For 30 days, it was some deal. Yeah. And when Daniel learned that the law had been signed, he went home and knelt down as usual in his upstairs room with its windows open toward Jerusalem. He prayed 3 times a day, just as he had always done, giving thanks to his God. Then the officials went together to Daniel's house and found him praying and asking for God's help. So they went straight to the king and reminded him about his law. Okay, there we go. Hearing this, the king was deeply troubled, and he tried to think of a way to save Daniel. He spent the rest of the day looking for a way to get Daniel out of his predicament. In the evening, the men went together to the king and said, "Your Majesty, you know that according to the law of the Medes and the Persians, no law that the king signs can be changed." So at last the king gave orders for Daniel to be arrested and thrown into the den of lions. The king said to him, "May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you." Stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den. The king sealed the stone with his own royal seal and the seals of his nobles, so that no one could rescue Daniel. Then the king returned to his palace and spent the night fasting. He refused his usual entertainment and couldn't sleep at all that night. Very early the next morning, the king got up and hurried out to the lion's den. When he got there, he called out in anguish, "Daniel, servant of the living God, was your God, whom you served so faithfully, able to rescue you from the lions?" Daniel answered, "Long live the king! My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths so that they would not hurt me. For I have been found innocent in his sight, and I have not wronged you, your majesty." The king was overjoyed and ordered that Daniel be lifted from the den. Not a scratch was found on him, and for he had trusted in his God. The perpetrators of this vile deed, they got their up and comings. They got justice. The king threw them and the others in and their families into the den. The lions tore them apart. Then the King Darius sent this message to the people of every race and nation and language throughout the world: "Peace and prosperity to you. I decree that everyone throughout my kingdom should tremble with fear before the God of Daniel, for he is the living God, and he will endure forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and his rule will never end. He rescues and saves his people. He performs miraculous signs and wonders in the heavens and on earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions." And Daniel goes on to live happily ever after. Another one of those unbelievable stories. Eyewitness accounts. They just can't be refuted. Yeah. So there you go. Reminds me of the song I learned when I was a kid. Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, dare to make it known. Keep a little song of praise in your head. It is very effective in helping you stay on track during your day. The most widely known verse in the whole Bible is our verse for this week, John 3:16. Y'all have a great night. God willing, we'll see you tomorrow.